Hold the balls, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Anthony DeSanto live here with John Bull. Say hi, John.
How's it going, everyone?
We are in Kings Point, the beautiful confines here in Sun City Center. It's a beautiful day in Hillsborough County. This September the 12th, 7:01 here. We had a predetermined coin flip. The contenders on our right side are going to be Brian Zagula with his partner, Shiv Atkins. Give us a wave. There they are. And going against them in the first match, best 2 out of 3 against Sue Penintendo and Anthony Marquette. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here once again. It's a beautiful day, and we're going to get things started. We're live here. This is a very widely anticipated match, and with Stream Live Tampa here, John is going to be giving a lot of anecdotes and play-by-play along with, and there it is, the first serve.
So it's important on that first serve that you know that the serving team only gets points when they serve.
That's right, and right now we saw the first opening serve. Once that was lost, it goes right to the next team, but inside of this one now there's a point scored for Anthony and Sue.
That went long. So what you're going to see a lot of times is these players, when they're starting off at the back line, they're going to make their way up to the kitchen line and try to hold that kitchen line and keep their opponents back.
There's another one. As we saw another point.
So that's going to be 2-0.
Another serve from Sue.
And that'll be 3-0 as Shiv puts that one into the net, trying to do a drop in the kitchen. Remember, the first 7 feet on either side of the net is known as the kitchen line or the non-volley zone.
And talking about that kitchen line, very interesting.
Oh,
nice
great
job.
Shot off the net. That one managed to stay in. So now we have Sue and Anthony serving 4-0.
Good deep serve. Come up to the net. Wow, there you go. So they got that one back.
That one just went wide. So now we're going to be looking at 5 serving 0. And they lose the serve. Lose the serve.
That's right. That went over to court 6.
That's right.
We're on court 5 here.
So remember, both sides get 2 serves. You have Anthony, who was serving first, and now Sue will take over on the second serve. Or excuse me, Sue was serving on the first serve. Anthony's going to serve on the second serve. So we're at 4-0-2.
Drops that right in there. Good volley. Drops it in the kitchen again. Good footwork. Oh, off the net. On the line. Good balance and good footwork and court awareness. Wow.
There's the speed up and a side out for Zagula and Adkins.
Brian hit that ball really well.
That's right. We like to call those a kill shot. Anytime you get the ball up high, when you're at the non-volley zone line dinking, ball gets up high, you want to try to take advantage and put that as hard as you can at the opponent's feet, because that's where you're least likely to get a return.
And a great serve by Shiv and playing off that.
Excellent reset by Brian off the net. Anthony could not get in there. Now remember, when the ball bounces in the kitchen, you are able to step in there, but before you are able to touch the ball again, you have to reset outside the kitchen. So we're at 1-4-1.
And that's important to know.
That one went wide, so we're going to be serving 1-4-2. Brian's going to take that serve. Shiv prefers the right-hand side, which is why they are stacked over there on the right for the serve.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And Brian puts that one in the net. So the server has to move on either side when they have their serve, but your teammate can still be over there with you. After you serve on this side, you then move over to the other side. It's all a matter of preference as to what side you want to play on.
Oh, wow. And there's another kill shot by Brian.
Anthony did not get any help from the net gods there, and Brian was there to take advantage for a kill shot.
It's a beautiful reaction shot by Brian again. Tough play right there. Good recovery. Oh, and down the line, right past Anthony.
Beautiful kill shot again. Serve goes back to Brian and Shiv. We are at 1-4-1 on the score.
Ooh, couldn't get over.
Games are played to 11. You have to win by 2. So now we're at 1-4-2. One serving 4 on the second serve.
Good serve by Shiv. Nice ball by Sue, and could not stay on the court.
Brian got a little ambitious there, trying to drive them back off that non-volley zone line with a lob and just put it long.
Good ball.
Ooh, and Sue body bags him off the net. I'll tell you what, Sue and Anthony must have tipped the net gods a little bit before the game, because they really are getting the breaks.
I agree. Oh, there it is again. Wow.
Great reaction by Shiv to get in the kitchen and get it up back over the net.
Nice play. Way to get back on that ball and come straight in.
Oh, and that was
just
long. That was long.
Good play by Anthony there, but couldn't keep it in.
So we are at 6-1-2 with Sue and Anthony on the serve. 6 serving 1, second serve.
Fast-paced game.
Oh, and Shiv puts it in the net. That'll bring up 7-1-2.
Oh, right on the line.
Oh, Brian puts that one in the net on the attempted backhand. You also want to try to drive your players wide, so that way they're forced to make more of an angled shot back into the play, because you're trying to play a little crisscross in the kitchen there.
Yeah, I noticed that, John. Very good insight. The court is small, but coming up to this court, you can definitely expand it by using those sides against your opponent. Look at that one.
Absolutely.
Good teamwork here. Good volleying. Good touch.
Oh, and Shiv could not put that dink over. We are at 1-8-2. One serving 8 on the second serve.
Good return. Oh, nice third hit there.
Call that a third shot drop.
There.
And the net gods are not on the side of Brian and Shiv tonight.
Let's see if they can shake that.
So now we are at 8-1-1.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're live at Kings Point in Sun City.
And that shot was long, and they'll take it to 9-1-1.
Stream Live Tampa bringing you this broadcast live. Hope you're enjoying the pickleball in this area.
Brian knocks that one wide, trying to drop it in the kitchen area. That'll bring up 10-1-1 and game point in this first game of 3 in this first match.
Yes.
Oh, there and that goes wide for your final.
So best of 3.
Sue and Anthony take that one 11-1. Kind of a low score in what we like to have in pickleball. Anytime you can get into the high teens or 20s, that's a great game to watch because it's constant back and forth.
Yeah, that's a good insight. Once again, John, thank you for that. And being with you is very interesting just to talk about your background and getting into the sport. John, tell the broadcast viewers a little bit about how you got into pickleball.
Well, you know, for a long time, my mother and my sister, who live up in North Carolina, were telling me about the sport of pickleball and how much they love it and how addicting it is. And then finally, I decided to try it probably about 2.5 years ago. And the thing about this sport that makes it so addicting is that the more you play, the better you get. And
Right.
every time you go out, whether it be 2 times a week, 3 times a week, even once a week, you learn something new every time, and you see yourself improving. And then you see yourself playing with players that you're like, oh my gosh, these players are amazing. Then sooner or later, you find yourself playing with those players and actually competing with those players. So it's a lot of fun. It makes the sport very addicting, and it's also a sport that everyone can play. It's a lot of fun. Everyone comes out and has a great time playing the sport of pickleball, and that's why it is the fastest growing sport in our
Right.
country and even around the world. There's some countries, Australia has a huge pickleball following. There's some countries in Asia, South America. Europe is a little slow to it, but they're coming around.
Slow to the party.
They're big into their tennis, and then in Spain, the sport of padel is really big, but pickleball is coming around.
Yeah, interesting that you mentioned that. And so the viewers out there, and also John, pickleball, how would you compare it to tennis?
It would be hard to compare to tennis. I think this is more of a mixture of people who have a background in badminton or
Yes.
table tennis can actually pick this game up rather quickly. Tennis people, there's a lot of running around. You're in a much bigger court, but the motions and whatnot, you can extrapolate the sports. And people who have that tennis experience really pick this sport up quickly as far as the backhands.
Good conversation and insight on the game. And we're going to get to know the players as well. So the first match did go to Anthony and Sue.
Yep.
They switch sides now. Brian and Shiv on the opposite side. And here comes the first shot and serve.
Well, this is actually 0-0-1 they're serving. Ooh, a little bit
Nice.
of speed up off of Sue.
And they might have to switch it up. They got worked a little bit at the net. And let's see how they change their game plan.
Right. Pickleball is all about adjustments.
Definitely.
And I like to say it's a game of great intentions and poor execution.
Wow. And definitely a good point there. Again, as that ball hugged the line. See how they work this point. Good slam. Another kill shot.
That'll move the serve over, so it will now be 0-1-1. Sue serving 0-1 on the first serve.
See how they play on this side. Good touch. Wow. Good pace.
Anytime you get some elevation on a drop, especially when you're here at the non-volley zone, or the kitchen as we like to call it, you want to try to just barely skim the top of the net. Anytime you get even 2 or 3 inches, that gives you an opportunity to do a speed up or a kill shot, and it can be a great advantage if you can drop it in on your opponent's feet.
Oh, right there.
Yep. Shiv puts that one in the net, and we are at 1-1-2. Ooh, and
Into the net.
Sue
Switching
puts
over.
that one in the net, and that will switch it over now to Shiv and Brian with the serve at 1-1-1.
Just floated over and
Ooh.
messed up his timing there.
Brian got a little ambitious with that shot as well and sent it long. I think he wasn't expecting Anthony to float that backhand with the spin on
Yes.
it as
Good.
slowly as it did. It was kind of a hanger.
Nice change up right there. It's a nice little breeze here, John. A welcome breeze.
We will take it.
Ooh.
Ooh. So that was a side out, and now we are at 1-1-1 again. Anthony will serve as the first server, 1-1-1.
Points are coming harder this second set.
We like to call our first games usually as a warm-up game. Anthony got very aggressive with that one and didn't know his own strength. He must have drank some of this Jigsaw electrolyte drink before the game.
That's right. A good powder fruit punch is our favorite.
So now we're at 1-1-2.
Once again, we're live here at Kings Point, Stream Live Tampa, bringing you this broadcast. Please like and subscribe it.
Great speed up by Sue.
When in doubt, call it in.
So that's 2-1-2.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, very nice drop. Breaks the serve, and that will bring up 1-2-1.
Great job by Shiv right there. Yes, that's long.
Good eyes, good eyes by Shiv.
I saw her face on that one. Yeah.
She had to
great court awareness.
Channel the Matrix in
yes,
that one.
100%.
2-2-1.
There's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Well played by Shiv.
Oh, the
Brian
two-handed.
into the net.
The two-handed back. Anthony's got this backhand. He's got this two-handed backhand speed up.
Yeah,
and then he's also got that backhanded floater that just buckles your knees because you're thinking it's coming fast and it does not.
Oh, nice play. Great movement. Knowing the strengths there. Yes.
Great speed up.
Anthony.
And that's a side out. And will put us at 2-2-1.
Anthony did a great job right there to side that one out and get it back to his team.
Didn't quite make it. That'll bring up 2-2-2.
I hope you're enjoying the just the technique of these players. There's some very talented players, and John's going to talk a little bit about them as we get through, as we'll meet our players as they continue to go the best. This is a best of three. First one won by Anthony and Sue, and this is the second set. And then after this, whoever wins this, then they're going to switch partners. Good speed up there.
Oh, beautiful kill shot. And Anthony did well not to step in the kitchen. He actually kind of danced around that corner.
I was waiting for that.
Danced around that corner and got that kill shot on the far side of the court. And we're at 4-2-2.
On the line. Good communication. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And there's a side out.
Good hit right there by Shiv.
There's a lot of nonverbal communication in this sport. When players are up at the kitchen line, there's almost like a make-believe string between them. And as one moves to one side, the other one kind of covers the center and back and forth. You're always wanting to cover the center because that's usually where you're going to get taken advantage of, is a hard shot right down the middle.
Just like what we just saw right there.
Exactly. So now we're looking at 4-2-2, or 2-4-2, excuse me.
Yep.
2 serving 4 on the second serve.
Stepped right in. Couldn't keep it in right there.
That one went wide, and we'll have a side out. 4-2-1. Dinking is really a lost art. A lot of these people that play rec leagues, you get into what we call a lot of smash ball, where people just get up to the kitchen line and you just smash the ball.
Lose the technique.
Dinking really,
wow,
beautiful
nice
placement by Shiv.
I agree.
Dinking is really a lost art, and I think dinking is such a beautiful part of the game of pickleball because it requires patience, it requires technique.
And right there, Anthony was coming up to the net, and Shiv just put it right past him.
Earned Brian and Shiv a side
Yeah,
out.
that was out right
that
there,
one was
yep.
deep.
Good call right there.
So now we are at 4-3-1. 3-5-1, excuse me, 3-5-1.
Great serve. Put it back there. Know that zone. The back third of this court is where you want to live on that serve. That
beautiful shot.
Was exactly. That's right. Live by it and die by it.
So we're at 4-5-1.
Wow. Definitely a different second set here.
Well, you size up your player in the first. You size up your opponents in the first game, and like I said, it's usually a warm-up game. The match is really a best of 3 match is really won in that second and possibly even third game. Obviously, if you take down the first game,
wow.
If you go down that first game, you really want to be patient and work your opponents hard. Try to get them into a situation where maybe you can get into a run of a few points and put them on their heels. Side out.
Just like that.
So we are at 5-4-1.
Here we go. 2 stops, 2 stops.
Let's see how Anthony and Sue can play this one. And they hit that first one.
Again, a little more aggressiveness there. So we'll be at 5-4-2.
See how they do.
Penteado serves.
Come on, Brian, 1 stop.
Yep.
Oop.
Oh, and the net gods
Side
don't
out.
give him that one, so now we go back to a side out. What's
nice.
amazing is as you watch this game and the talent that these 3 players, these are 3 of some of the best players in southern Hillsborough County. What you need to keep in mind is of these 4 players, prior to 2022 or 2022, only Anthony had prior racket sports experience.
Wow.
Brian was a Division I tennis player at the University of Indiana, the only one of these 4 who had prior racket experience to 2022.
Very interesting. And as you mentioned earlier, we talked a little bit, a little tennis, a little ping pong, and a little, what's that one?
Badminton.
Badminton, yes. The birdie, let her fly. So very interesting in the comparisons. Good teamwork right there, showing excitement. I love that emotion with the teammates, really pumping each other up.
We're at 4-6-2.
Oh, right in there.
And a body bag.
That was a thigh bag.
Oh, how about that?
Body bag, thigh bag, whichever.
Nice drive.
7-4-2 is the score.
We are right on these players, and I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Stream Live Tampa, bringing you this game live at Kings Point. Beautiful confines, beautiful courts here. Kings Point, there's actually 8 courts here. And we're on court number 5. Live with John Bull, I'm Anthony DeSanto, bringing you this broadcast.
And there's the side out. We have now 4-7-1.
4-6. 4-6. 1.
Actually make that 4-6-1.
Once again, you can only score when it is your serve. And you get 2 chances, 1 serve from each player until it's a side out.
So now we're at 4-6-2. Shiv started that one off, and now Brian will take the second serve.
Nice.
Ooh. High ball.
Wow.
High
Can't
ball,
set her up
and
like that.
Sue was not going to be denied.
Yeah.
When you serve it up on a platter like that,
Bulldog mentality.
it's hard not to take advantage of it. The big thing that you want to try to do is not hit it so hard that you end up injuring someone. We try to say laces, not faces.
Oh.
So put it at your feet. Put it at their feet.
That's right. Good volley. Oh, man, and once again.
7-4-1. I will have to say, in watching this, I would have to give a small award to Shiv. 8-4-1. Even though it's not helping them right now.
Right.
Shiv's Sue game, or her shoe game, I have to say, is just unreal. She's wearing these Cypher pickleball shoes in bright green. You cannot miss those things from a mile away.
I agree. Her shoe game definitely should award her something.
So we're at 9-4.
Sue with the serve.
And that makes it 10-4-1, and we are now at game point once again.
Sue and Anthony just playing so well together, John.
That's right.
Really nice game to watch. And once again, this is the best of 2 out of 3, and then the players will switch.
Yep.
So let's see how.
We'll have a little intermission
Yes.
in between
Brief
the
intermission.
2 matches, but this one might not go the distance of 3 games.
I've seen Wilder, and I know you have too, John.
Hey, it's never over until it's over.
That's right, Yogi.
%50 of this game is 90% mental. And there you go, just like that. So now we're going to get to 10-4-2 game point and potentially match point at 10-4-2.
And another Yogiism.
Oh, and we have a side out as Anthony gets a
Here we
little
go.
aggressive into the net. I always tell my partner when we're in this kind of situation, we got him right where we want him. It's very easy to go on a run. I've been down 0-10 before and come back to win 12-10. So, I mean,
Right on.
anything is possible.
Oh, good serve. Oh, good touch.
Beautiful
Yes.
kill shot by Brian. Got Sue to elevate that ball off the dink, and Brian was there to take advantage of it.
And as you mentioned, John, earlier, trying to keep that ball low to the net as you can. Because once that thing elevates, that's exactly what can happen, and that's exactly what did happen.
Oh,
Into the net with the
into
serve.
the net. So that'll bring up 5-10-2.
Not what they wanted.
Nope.
See what Brian does here.
5-10-2, but they cut their lead to half, so
Right, cut it in half.
they're halfway there.
Don't stop believing.
And there's
There it
another
is.
one,
Yeah,
6-10. And that's what, it's all about trying to force errors on the other side and limit your own errors. Again, this sport is
Consistency.
about good intentions and poor execution. If you can limit that poor execution, that's the difference between a 3.5 player and a 4.5 player. The margin is very slim.
That's a good point you bring up, John. We'll talk
There's
about
another
that.
one.
Yeah, we'll talk about the points of the players and how well they can elevate their game into the Pro Tour and the Senior Pros and all the different tournaments.
Yep. We're at 7-10-2. Brian's going to get the serve. Oh. Shiv tried for the speed up, not
Side
high
out.
enough. And that will be a side out at 10-7, 10-7-1. So we're at game and match point once again.
See what Penteado does. First serve nicely done.
Beautiful drop there by Shiv.
Oh, Anthony.
And
Go
there
ahead.
is Game and match point. So
Congratulations to Sue and Anthony.
Sue Pentiato and Anthony Marquette take the first match 2 games to none, 11-1 and 11-7. So the second game, we got into the high teens, which is what we like to see. We like to see those good competitive games that last a little bit longer. No one likes to go out and only score a couple points or, God forbid, get pickled, which is when you get shut out. We don't want to pickle, even though sometimes it's fun when rec play. When we do pickle someone, my line is, give me some ranch and turn on that deep fryer because I like my pickles fried.
That's right. I like that, you Southern boy.
So let's talk about some of our players.
Yes.
We've got 4 players out here. We got Sue Pentiato, all right? Prior to her taking up pickleball during the COVID period, she had no racket sports experience, none whatsoever. And she played for the better part of a year before she actually started looking into the rules and the finer points of the game. And she didn't start doing that until about 2021. And now she's a 5.0 player. So in the span of 3 years, she went from what we would say is a 0-0, which is a starter.
Right.
And it doesn't take you long to go from 0-0 to move your way up. And now she's a 5.0, and she's going for the Senior Pro Tour. So that's really amazing. And that's why this sport is so addicting, because it doesn't take you long to start leveling up, getting to that next level. Anthony Marquette, he's a physical therapist by trade. Now, he played D1 college tennis for the University of Indiana, so he's a Hoosier, and he's now at 4.5. But I'll tell you what, I've played with him, I've played against him.
And now watching him.
And you watch him, I tell you what, that player ranking, I always say on a good day, I'm between a 3.5 and a 4. Some days I'm a 4, some days I'm a 3.5.
That's right.
And there are probably days when we all have it where I'm like, I'm probably a 3. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you always want to try to level up as much as you can. Brian Zagula, no racket experience. Started playing.
Another one.
Yep, started playing in 2022 because he had some friends that played. He went out to the courts here locally in Apollo Beach and started playing. And now he became addicted. This game is addicting. This is a drug. It's great exercise. It's a lot of fun. You see yourself improving. And now he's up to a 4.5, and he's also going for the Senior Pro Tour. And finally, we saw Shiv with those bright green shoes, the Cypher Pickleball shoes, which I'm actually really impressed by those. And so is she. She was saying that it has like a foam insole, which right now I'm nursing a torn meniscus. So when I do get this taken care of and get back out on the court, playing, I definitely want something that has a little bit more shock absorption. But she started playing in 2022, started leveling up very quickly, and now she competes in open rated tournaments, which means, she plays with and against people that are at her level, to her strength. And there's tournaments constantly going on all the time around our area. Lots of tournaments going on in the Tampa area. We have Tampa Bay Pickleball Crew in Ybor. We have Tampa Bay Pickleball, which is up in North Tampa. You've got a lot of events going on down in Manatee County and Bradenton at GT Bray. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities, but there's also these courts that people can go to that just want to play rec play. Maybe you're not into doing the tournament. You just want to go out and have some fun. And there's also a lot of people that do lessons. Myself, as a pickleball coach, as a PPR certified pickleball coach, I give lessons here locally in the Riverview area. I know Brian has given lessons in the past. I believe Anthony does lessons as well. So Sue is involved in the coaching aspect of it. You go get certified by PPR, and you go through that process, and it really opens your eyes to this sport and what all is involved in this sport.
Yeah, very good insight on the players. I love getting to know the players. And thank you so much, John, for the insight there and communicating about the love of the sport. Not only do you have it, but in the community, and this, especially in Hillsborough County, as you mentioned, just the different leagues and the different places that you can play. And as mentioned earlier, this is Kings Point, and a beautiful gated community here at Kings Point. There's 8 full courts here, and we're on court 5. We just saw the two teams play against each other, but now they get to switch up, and we're going to learn about how they play with the different teammates. And as they communicate with different teammates, John, is it just getting to know them early, or is it just the way that your game fits and their game fits together as they communicate a game plan?
Well, you know, in a lot of rec play, what I tell people is, you know, first of all, your first game, when you step out on the court, your first game's a warm-up game. You know, you toss that one away, not a big deal. But as you go through the game, you know, if you don't have the first serve, you may spend the first 2 or 3 points kind of sizing up your opponent, seeing what their strengths and weaknesses are, as well as your partner as well. See what your partner's strengths and weaknesses. One of the tactical parameters of pickleball, there's 5 technical and 5 tactical parameters. One of those tactical parameters that they teach us through the PPR coaching courses is that you play to your opponent's strengths and you play to your opponent's weaknesses. So if you have someone who's really, really strong at the kitchen line and is a really good dinker and knows how to set up their opponent, maybe you want to try to get yourself up on the kitchen line sooner and push the opponent back.
Definitely.
Vice versa, you know, if you have someone who's weak on the back line and has a hard time getting it over the net, keep them back. Get up there on that back line as often as possible. Another thing that you'll see with this that you might, those that play rec, that you're going to see a little bit differently, is in rec a lot of times the players will use a serve as a weapon. And in pickleball, the serve is not meant to be a weapon. The serve is meant to be a starting of the game.
And here we go to start this game.
That's right. Match 2. We now have Sue and Brian playing together.
And Anthony and Shiv.
Yep. So Shiv and Anthony serve 0-0-2, lost that serve, and now it goes back to Brian and Sue at 0-0-1.
All right, so as we mentioned earlier, Sue and Brian are together.
Great coverage by Sue there as Brian had to go wide left out of bounds. Anthony didn't quite get over the net, but Sue did a great job to cover her teammate. That was awesome. So that'll be 1-0-1.
Both at the kitchen line.
Brian got a little help from the net there this time.
It's about time.
Yeah. Ooh, and Anthony's net luck has run out. And we are at 2-0-1.
Let's see if Brian can keep up with that at the net.
So here at 2-0-1.
Stream Live Tampa, the broadcast at Kings Point, bringing you this game live.
Beautiful move by Shiv to dance around the kitchen line, dance around that corner, and put it back in the middle. Kind of handcuffed Brian there, and we're going to come up at 2-0-2 now. It is the green shoes. It's the Cypher Pickleball shoes, the green shoes. 2-0-2, Brian
Stream Live
serves.
Tampa.
Great reset by Shiv there, but Sue could not get it back over the net for a side out. That'll bring up 0-2-1. Oh, Shiv lifted that one up, and Sue made her pay for it. So that'll bring up 0-2-2 as Anthony is going to serve. Deep serve
Great
in the corner.
serve. Oh, wow.
Great reset by Brian.
Spidey hands right there.
Go. Sue is showing why she has that 5.0, and that'll bring up 2-0-1.
Very impressive in the first game.
She's keeping that going. High ball.
Don't live there.
Yep. Anytime you lift that one up, it's gonna be eaten.
Definitely trouble.
You're gonna eat it. So that brings up 2-0-2.
So once again, Sue is matched up with Brian, and Anthony matched up with Shiv.
Great speed up by Brian, but Sue got a little aggressive there going down the line. Ended up pushing it wide to the right. That'll bring up a side out, 0-2-1.
0-2-1. That one is long right there. Anthony and Shiv working together in this one.
Better keep being that good. 0-2. On 2.
0-2-2. Oh, high ball, and Brian made Shiv eat it, put it right on
right
those,
on her shoes. Yeah,
right on those bright green ciphers.
I mean, that's the target right there. So maybe want to change that up.
And we have a side out. 2-0-1.
Oh, good ball right there.
Oh, and he kept it in.
Yes.
Had a little bit of spin on it, managed to stay in, and Anthony puts it into the net.
That's not like him.
That'll bring up 3-0-1. Well, again, you know, sometimes you have those good intentions, but the execution is just off. So we're going to take a timeout on the court for just a few minutes. We are at 3-0-1. We're going to take a timeout at the court.
Brief intermission. All right. Yes, we're back here live. Thanks so much for staying with us. We had a brief intermission, just getting everyone set and everything set here at Kings Point. Live here with a broadcast Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game, and we're back live.
Brian serving 3-0-2, and actually Sue just put it in the net, and that's going to bring a side out. So we have Anthony and Shiv serving 0-3-1.
First one by Shiv. Good serve, keeps it long. Good net play on the third hit there.
Beautiful reset by Brian. Oh, and she left it up high and was managed to get it.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful angle shot by Sue.
And Anthony has those long arms, great range.
Yep. That'll bring up
Could not get that one though.
0-3-2.
Good hit by Sue.
Ooh.
Puts it in the net. There you go.
Anthony and Shiv are now on the board at 1-3-2.
That's why this game is growing so fast, John. As you mentioned earlier, just the fast pace and the easy scoring and just the quick action, quick games that pickleball can bring you.
That was weird.
And there's a side out.
That's how it is. That's it.
Well, I always
Just like that.
I always tell my people, beginning pickleball people, we're work players. We're just trying to, get some consistency, get some basic skills down. Not necessarily wanting to learn about the scoring or the rules, but just getting the basics down and getting consistent with your shots. Your shots at the net, your serve, your movement through the transition zone. When we do those things, we're trying to build consistency. We get all that, and then we start getting into the scoring and the rules and all that.
Yeah, and knowing the ball and the paddle.
Yep. Well, there's a side out. No points.
1-3. Yep.
Good switch right there, though. For
0-3-1. Oh,
At
and
those
Brian.
feet.
Brian is aiming for those bright green Cypher pickleball shoes that Shiv is wearing every single time.
Yeah, he put it right on there.
Right. Oh, and that's a side out.
Just like that, the pickleball gods giveth and taketh away.
Yes, I see you.
Uh-oh. Friendly competition. There goes the headband.
Okay.
Good communication on that slam.
Yeah. Beautiful kill. Attempt at a kill shot, and look at that.
Right to the backhand. Good job by Sue putting it right on Anthony.
That'll be 4-1-1.
Good pace of play with these two. Wow.
Beautiful reset by Brian.
Great reach. Oh, that ball came right at us here.
So that'll bring up 4-1-2. Sue will take the serve. 4 serving 1 on the second serve.
That's the cool thing about pickleball. They call out the score so everybody knows what's going on.
There's a side out. Yes, actually, that's part of the rules, that you call out the serve before the serve every single time.
That's right. It's not just etiquette. It is part of the game.
Yep. 1-4-1.
Wow. Good power. Another one. Good job by Brian to receive that one. Put it back.
But look what Brian's doing. He's driving Shiv back.
Yes.
She's trying to come up, and they're trying to drive her back. There's that kill shot.
Wow.
It's all about setting up your opponent.
That's the team game right there. I love to see that.
Absolutely. And that'll bring up 1-4-2 as Shiv is getting ready to serve.
Best 2 out of 3 match. This is the first set with these two going against each other as we bring you this game live. Stream Live Tampa, bringing you the broadcast at Kings Point.
Oh, and that one went long. That one went long.
Good shots brought to you by Stream Live Tampa, getting you every shot, long and short, in the kitchen and out of the kitchen.
2-4-2.
Good forehands. Working the backhand, the forehand.
Ooh, into
Can't
the
dink
net.
that one. Yeah.
There's a 3-4-2. Those
job
of you
by
watching,
Shiv.
and if you notice, they're lifting up with the paddle. They're trying to get that top spin. These paddles have raw carbon faces, and they're trying to grip that ball and get a little top spin. So you're almost going to see them kind of try to pull
Long
up.
again.
Try to pull up on that ball to get that top spin. And now we're at 4-4-2.
How about that? Just like that.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How about that one by Anthony?
Body bag.
Tried to get out of the way.
Yep.
Did Sue, but couldn't.
5-4-2.
5-4-2.
So big point right there for Anthony and Shiv. She serves it off the net and stays in. Look at that touch.
Anthony tapped into that first match where he had some luck with the net gods, and he was blessed with another piece of luck there by the net gods. The net giveth and the net taketh.
Yes.
Now we're at 6-4-2. Just a few minutes ago, we were at 0-4. Now we're at 6-4.
Good serve by Shiv, having to make Sue move her feet. Brian puts it in the net. So another point.
Yep. 7-4-2.
7-4-2.
The hot hand. Another good serve. Bringing Brian to the back as he hustles to the front. Wow, just like that.
Good speed up by Brian.
I mean, it's intoxicating. Just the short net dinks at the net, and then right there, Brian unleashes the Kraken.
4-7-1.
Yep. Oh, good backhand by Sue.
Good reset by Anthony there.
Oh, there he is again. Yeah.
We'll bring up 5-7.
Just misfired there. Yes. Teammates come together and talk it out and share a smile. I love that.
Pickleball is all about smiles. Everyone's always having fun.
Good team player right there. Good team game. Ooh, good reach.
Yep. And there's a miss hit, and that takes us to 6-7-1. You notice they're trying to keep their feet behind that line. Even if your feet are barely touching that white kitchen line.
No toes on that white line.
Yep, that is considered in the kitchen. And you want to stay out of the kitchen.
Good insight. Wow.
That went wide, and just like that, we're at 7-7. 7-7-1. Sue's got a little bit of a hot hand here on the serve. Let's see if she can keep this up.
Good power behind that one. Right at the feet.
Oh,
tough play. Wow.
Oh, and there's the speed up right down the middle.
He knows it.
That'll bring up 7-7-2.
Beautiful, Anthony. Way to be there.
Down the middle is always where you want to try to go. If you can split your opponents, then there's always that moment of confusion. I got it, you take it, and usually it ends up paying off for you.
As
Beautiful drop.
Yes, as we saw right there, as long as that ball lands in the kitchen, Anthony can get in the kitchen.
Absolutely. He just has to get out of the kitchen before he touches the ball again.
Again, yeah.
So that's a side out. That brings up 7-7-1 with Anthony serving.
See what he does with it. Break this tie. Putting it on.
Beautiful power by Sue.
3 straight. Sue is bringing the power and then the kill shot.
That'll bring up 7-7-2 as Shiv gets the serve.
Great serve. Wow, Anthony.
Oh,
There's There's a point right there.
Yep.
Needed that one. Takes him over the hump.
Didn't get the net, so now we're at 8-7-2.
Nice.
8-7.
Got over the hump.
Oh, Anthony
Goes
got
to the other side.
Anthony got a little ambitious with that speed up. Lost it into the net for a side out.
Wow. Good serve.
Oh, and Brian got the right time with the speed up with a little bit of movement into the middle. That ties it up at 8-8-1.
Both Brian and Sue played back there is the difference there. Anthony and Shiv played up.
So different people have different styles. Some people like to come right up to the kitchen line. Other people like a slow, gradual progression up to the kitchen line, hitting 2 or 3 shots before actually getting up to that line.
Good shot by Shiv.
Some people want to get right up to that kitchen line so they could force their opponent to stay back on the end line. We're at 8-8-2.
Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game, and that's
just
out.
long for a side out.
Live at Kings Point, Shiv Atkins partnered up with Anthony Marquette against Brian Zagula and Sue Penteado. Live here with John Bull. I'm Anthony DeSanto with Stream Live Tampa.
Oh, off the edge of the
Just
paddle.
lost the touch, did Sue.
So I'll bring up 9-8-1.
9-8.
Oh, wow. Anthony
Very
coming across right there.
Very aggressive with the little Poachy McPoacherson, and it ended up costing
Tried
him
to
with a
steal
long
it, yeah.
shot. That'll bring up 9-8-2. Anthony's hitting the ball like he's mad at it.
He's banging, and he's got a good short game, but yes, right there for sure.
Definitely need to pick and choose your moments when
Yep.
you're going to do the banging.
9-2.
Oh, into the net for a side out.
Yes, Sue coming up clutch right there.
Absolutely.
At the net.
So 8-9-1. This is definitely the deepest game we've had so far.
That's very nice. I love the competition.
Oh,
wow.
look at that.
Sue on cue. Look at that, Brian giving her a pat down and a wave, wave, wave. We're not worthy.
Got Anthony leaning far, and Sue took advantage going right down that center line. 9-9-1.
Fight for the front and the center line.
Oh. Ugh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Singing the praises and then out and long.
That's one of those situations where you
Yes.
say the field goal kicker has made 40 in a row
Yes.
from 20 yards or less, and then he shanks it.
Yeah, that's it. We sing the praises and then all of a sudden unlucky ball there.
Oh,
Nice job. Can't do that. Brian took advantage of that. Good job by Brian.
So we're at 10-9-2, and we are at game point as Brian took that one right to
Yep.
the bright green ciphers.
Short serve.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, and there
Nice
is
job.
the game point.
Clap
as
it up. Congratulations there.
Brian and Sue take that one 11-9. Anytime you can get a game to 20 points, those are the most fun games. I
agree.
love going into overtime. I think the longest game I've ever gotten is up to like 15-13. So we scored 28 points. It was a marathon.
Yep.
Those games are so much fun because they're back and forth, and everyone is working hard to try to get those points, trying to lower their bad execution and make good on those good intentions within their play.
Right on. So that does it for the first set as the players get some water, a towel break. Actually, John, this has been a very nice night here at Kings Point in Sun City Center in Hillsborough County. The breeze, there's been a breeze, right? I mean, come on.
Yep.
If you know anything about Florida this time of year, I mean, it is hot. The humidity is always at 100. But beautiful breeze here
Yep.
in Sun City Center.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful night. The breeze
Yeah.
definitely helps. And the breeze can come into play. I've played in some
Yes.
very windy days where you'll hit a ball. Sometimes if you really want to have some fun with people and the wind is blowing, hit a lob and the ball starts spinning
right.
and going in different
Corkscrewing,
directions.
yeah.
You never know what's going to happen with that. Something also that we need to mention is
Yeah.
the ball that they're playing with. So
Right on.
for a lot of beginner pickleballs, I see a lot of beginners coming out on the court for rec play, and usually they'll have these bright yellow balls. So a lot of times your bright yellow balls that have the big holes, those are indoor balls. The larger holes are going to be for
Big
indoor
difference.
balls. The bright green balls made by companies like Franklin, the X40s, or Vulcan, or Selkirk makes a ball. There's all sorts of different ball companies out there, but the smaller holes are for outdoor play. So that way it has something to do with wind resistance. So it's always important, if you're a beginner pickleball, you're wanting to get out on the rec courts and play with some people, make sure you're using the right ball. And usually if you get out there with the wrong ball, someone is going to say, hey, try this ball, see what you think about this. Same thing with paddles. A lot of people want to get into this sport, and they'll go on to Amazon and they'll see a pickleball kit
Right.
for $49.99 off of Amazon, next day delivery, which is a great deal. But chances are that's going to be a paddle that's going to have a fiberglass face, which is really smooth. That's a great paddle to start with just to get into the game, get into playing. But you will find very quickly that you're going to want to start leveling up your equipment as well. As your play levels up, your equipment's going to level up. And you'll start looking for those raw carbon fiber face paddles that gives you a little bit of grip and spin. Something else to look at when you're looking at paddles, most paddles come in different sizes. You'll see 14 millimeter and 16 millimeter. That's how thick the paddle is. 14 millimeter has a tendency to be more of a power style paddle, whereas your 16 millimeter is more for control. Now you can add power to a 16 millimeter by your own stroke, but usually people that play in tournaments or that do a lot of dinking, a lot of control,
Right.
People that want to develop, let's say, a backhand slice or play with their serve and put some spin or slice on it, they're going to go for more of that raw carbon face, something that grips the ball and causes that ball to spin when you put some movement on it. So some things to think about, and there's all sorts of companies. We can get into the companies. I know that here at the Stream Live Tampa, we've got the 6-0 banner at the bottom of the screen. 6-0 is a company out of Australia. Makes great paddles. That's who I'm on the coaches program with. I really enjoy the paddles. My favorite paddle that they have is the Ruby. A lot of people love that paddle. It's a great paddle for people who play rec play
Right.
at the 3.5 or 3.0 level. Anytime you can get into those higher end paddles in rec play, you're going to see yourself being able to spin, being able to control the ball much better, especially around the kitchen line or from the back. I always look for, a backhand slice off the serve if I can, where I get the serve and it bounces up high, and then I try to backhand slice it, put a little bit of spin on it to kind of confuse the person I'm hitting it to. And it looks like we are handing the headphones here over to one of our players. We have Anthony Marquette. Have a seat, Anthony. So tell us about your pickleball journey.
I started off as a tennis player, played all through my childhood into high school, college. I injured my back and can't play tennis anymore, and started pickleball about 2 years ago. And it was one of those things where obviously it's kind of natural to be able to pick up a paddle and hit a ball when you play tennis as long as I did. So
Right.
that was my background getting in here.
Right. So let me ask you another question. So a lot of people getting into this sport, I have friends that work for Florida Orthopedic Institute, and they always joke and say that pickleball is putting their kids through college. I'm dealing with a torn meniscus myself right now.
Yeah.
So I'm limited to just drilling and dinking and doing some lessons and whatnot. Can't do the full out play. What would you suggest? Now, you're a physical therapist by trade, correct?
I am. I'm a PT. Yep.
So what would you suggest to the average rec player? What can they do to help their longevity in this sport from a physical standpoint and from a break in injuries or preventing injury standpoint?
Yeah, flexibility is the key to everything. You can lift weights, you can do all that stuff, but if you don't stay flexible, you're gonna end up with soft tissue injuries. And as much as I stretch every single day, I fight it too. I'm 47 years old, so it's catching up with me, and you have to stay on top of it with flexibility.
Well, Anthony, thank you so much, first of all, for getting us out on this court and for joining us here for a little short segment. I think you guys are ready to get back on it, so good luck out there.
All right, thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Yep.
Welcome back once again. John Bull with me. I'm Anthony DeSanto. Stream Live Tampa here at Kings Point in Hillsborough County, Sun City Center, giving this broadcast live. Very exciting matches. The first set went to
20 points, 11-9.
Yeah, Brian and Sue.
And they're starting off the serve at 0-0 start, or 0-0-2, whichever your preference is.
Right on. Against Anthony and Shiv, teammates together, as that ball goes into the net.
So Brian and Sue pick up a point on that serve. This is again 1-0-2. Team that starts off with the serve only gets one serve. They don't do the two serves, which is why we say 1-0-2.
That's right. Good insight.
Oh, and
John.
Shiv puts it in the net. So now we are going to Anthony and Shiv with the serve, 0-1-1. Oh, and Sue pulls that one wide just a bit. That'll bring up 1-1-2.
Yep. Very good. Beautiful day. Go ahead.
I always find it real interesting to see the different styles of serve. And as I watch Shiv serve tonight, she's got such a wind-up.
Yes,
like,
very impressive.
I would almost be willing to bet if we asked her, she might have some softball in her background.
100%, because there it is at the release and follow-through. She's got it.
But I'll tell you what, just like golf, pickleball is all about muscle memory, and especially when it comes to the serve.
Repeat that motion.
Yep.
Yeah, we just heard from Anthony. We had Anthony Marquette with us live in the broadcast, interviewed by John Bull. Thank you for being with us. We're going to try to talk to some of the other players here while we're giving you this broadcast live at Kings Point, Stream Live Tampa. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Power plays, wow, back and forth like pinball. Goes into the net by Brian, though.
That takes us to 3-1-2 with Anthony serving. Beautiful cross-court deep serve.
Good body awareness and court awareness. Man, another one into the net. Anthony does a good job of putting it on Brian to make the mistake.
Yep, the speed-ups are coming a little quicker in this game. 4-1-2. I think they're wanting to make a statement in the second game and force it to go to a third game for the match.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet today.
Nope, that went wide as well. We're at 5-1-2.
They're playing fast.
Some games are like that. Some games get done real quick. Other games are marathons. You never know what you're going to get.
You're right about that.
It's all about the the good execution with your good intentions. There's a side out.
Lost it right there.
Yep. So Brian's going to serve 1-5-1. Anthony and Shiv definitely trying to keep them deep, but
They're all at the net right now.
oh, there's a
good play.
great shot.
Nice job by Sue.
Sue and Brian could not be denied on that kitchen line. They wanted that kitchen line, and it paid off with a shot down the line on Shiv's backhand. 2-5-1. Oh, nice little spin there.
Yeah, made him reach right there. Could not get the paddle
Shiv
flush.
taking advantage of that hard carbon face
Yeah.
on that paddle.
Hit it right up the side.
2-5-2.
Not all paddles are the same, as you mentioned earlier, John, and not all balls are the same as well.
There's a side out.
Let's see what they do with it here this time. Good serve by Anthony, having to make his opponent move to hit her right off the top of the net as they play low and slow. Right in the corner, moving the feet. Good balance, good touch. Right on the line. Good
There's
job
a
by
point
Anthony.
for Anthony and Shiv. That'll
Shiv.
bring up 6-1. Dinking is a game of patience. It's not for everyone. A lot of people who play rec
Yeah, you mentioned that.
don't enjoy dinking. I play with a few people who
Patience,
absolutely
patience.
loathe it. I try to bait them into doing some dinking, and
Right in the middle.
And when I do, they get frustrated because like, I don't have the patience for that. And I'm like, well, that's why I'm trying to do it.
That's how you beat those bangers, as you mentioned.
That's right. 6-2-2.
Ooh, tried.
7-2-2. Yeah, I always
Babied
enjoy
it too much there, didn't
I always enjoy in rec play when I find people that I play with who actually do like to dink. It's just the subtle changes of your paddle can completely change the face of the volley when you're dinking. You know, whether you're going to go cross court, whether you're going short, and then there's always that step over the corner to drive it.
Nice job by Brian there to put it on.
Good speed up to
Shiv
force
there.
the side out by Brian.
Yeah, definitely. He
So
was
that-
pumped up.
2-7-1. Sue is serving, gets
Nice
it deep
serve.
to Anthony.
Tried
Ooh,
to
not
force
enough
it a little
touch.
too much,
Not
yeah.
enough touch on that one. 2-7-2.
Trying to play a little too fast there, coming off that side out. Great job. Good job by Shiv putting it in the middle. Splitting the teammates.
Oh, and there's
a
a
point.
point for Brian and Sue.
He needed that one.
3-7-2.
It's a good short hop there.
Oh,
wow.
Beautiful shot by Sue to get the point.
Back-to-back points there.
4-7-2. That was a beautiful. She recognized the height on that ball coming over the net and was able to get a good drive right down the middle past Anthony. He was just barely able to get a piece of it. 4-7. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You saw that coming.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a side out. Players like Anthony are not going to miss those.
No.
If that ball gets up, he's going to make you eat it every time. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've been victim to
Ooh.
his
Black
kill
and blue.
shots many a times.
Playing defense.
Oh!
They turn that counterattack right there. Playing defense, and then that defense turns into offense.
Yep.
Good job.
8-4-1.
Shiv let out a battle cry. You like to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Passion behind.
Channeling her inner Monica Seles.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Net God didn't do
Yeah.
it there.
These nets regulation. That was beautiful.
That'll bring up 9-4. I think that's something we should mention. So the regulation size net down the middle, the net has to be 34 inches, and then on the two sidelines, the net is at 36 inches.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
That's a long ball, and that'll bring up 10-4 and game point. 10-4 and game point.
That would be a statement right here if they can.
Especially after the last game going to 20 points. This one, they definitely came out and wanted to jump on top of it.
Very nice. Oh, look at him pull his hands right inside. That was nice.
Oh.
Can't finish. Maybe they can finish here, though. Yeah, but good job by Brian.
10-4-2.
To do his best, but could not finish.
Hey, how many timeouts is he taking?
That's like 4.
10-4-2.
10-4.
Oh, and there's a side out.
Yeah, look at that, good defense.
So
now
for those watching at home, you know, when you're beginning in pickleball, one thing that we teach is to always keep your paddle protecting the target, which is the middle of your chest. Keep those hands out like you're almost going to catch the ball. There's 10-5.
Don't call it a comeback.
If your hands are at your side, that's more time that you need to bring your hand up to make contact with the ball with your paddle. If you have your hands up and in front of you, then you're already in a good receiving position of the ball.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow.
That was in.
Wow.
Wow.
Fast play. Good play.
Beautiful put.
Great defense by both sides.
Beautiful put away by Anthony, but I got to give Sue credit for just trying to get a piece of that.
100%. That was a great shot.
That brings up 5-10-2. Oh, and there's
bang.
There's another one of those kill shots that Anthony is not going to miss.
Anthony and Shiv can put it away right here.
Yep. We are at 10-5, game point, 10-5-1. Shiv's wind up. And she puts it in the net, so that'll bring up 10-5-2, double game point.
The pressure is building.
I would tell my partner if I was on the 5 end, I'd say we got them right where we want them. Oh, and there's that side out.
Yeah.
You notice there, Sue and Brian got right up to that kitchen line, and Shiv and Anthony could not get up. They were forced on that back line, and that's what caused that error. Good pickup right there. Oh,
right in the middle. He had both teammates going together, did Brian and Sue.
Yep, I got it, you take it.
Yeah.
Down the middle, that's how it always goes. 5-10-2.
Good serve. And on the feet, low and slow. Oh.
And that went
Brian
long for a side out.
Long with the backhand. That's not like him. Normally he has good snap on it.
Let's see if Anthony and Shiv can close this one out as we're at game point.
The ball is in their court.
10-5-1.
Oh. Wow, beautiful. Good job.
And that will do it. 11-5.
So let's go to tiebreaker on this beautiful Thursday in Hillsborough County. Thank you so much for joining us. Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game. Anthony and Shiv, Brian and Sue. The pairs and the combination. Good job by Anthony and Shiv to take that second. Now we're going into the third set.
Yep, third game of this.
The tiebreaker.
Yep, third game of this match. This will be a tiebreaker. Remember, it's best of 3.
We're going to take a timeout, talk to each other, and get some water, towel off.
We need to figure out what player do we want to talk to next. I think we need to get the bright green shoes over here.
Bright green shoes, where is she? We call in
Shiv
Shiv over here. Shiv Atkins, if you're in the building, please come over to the scores table. Shiv Atkins, if you are in the building.
She's making her way over here.
There she goes.
All right. Get her over here with these bright green shoes.
100%. Fresh off the win with Anthony. And she'll be joining John in a moment. So stick with us.
Okay, Stream Live Tampa. We are here at Kings Point. I'm John Bull, and I am here with Shiv Adkins. Shiv, first of all, congratulations on taking that second game. You've tied it up in this best of 3 match. Tell us quickly about your pickleball journey. How did you get started? And
Actually, I was playing beach volleyball, and I happened to walk by the courts where we live, and me and my husband were like, "What is that game they're playing?" And we went and bought our own paddles, and we started playing, and I have not been back to the beach volleyball sand at all.
you know, it's funny you say that. They say in America that the most empty places are tennis courts because everyone's playing pickleball. I guess we can add the beach volleyball courts to that.
Yes.
So something we've been touching on as you're out there are these bright shoes from Cypher Pickleball. Now, I've seen these show up on my Facebook feed. Very intriguing. And you said they have like a degree of foam on the insole. Tell us about that. Do you feel like it helps you?
It does. Like, these were actually my first time wearing them, and I was super excited to get them because I also saw them on Facebook, and I was like, I'm going to get those. And it's like a spongy, foamy. You would think I'd been wearing these shoes forever. There's no break-in whatsoever, and they are probably the most comfortable shoes I have.
So
and
it's
I
like
have a lot of pickleball shoes.
It's like a memory foam.
Yeah.
One thing I always notice with my shoes, I've worn Asics and I've worn K-Swiss, is that always it seems like the outside, on the outside of your foot is what wears off first because you're constantly going from side to side.
It does.
Do you feel more support with that foam insole on that shoe?
Yes, I do. I'm not feeling it on the side of my feet at all. It feels really good.
Good. So, I mean, I know we're sitting here talking about shoes and people are like, oh my gosh, it's just shoes. Really, this makes a world of difference because this is not like swimming or rollerblading. This is a contact sport where your joints are being impacted. So anything you can do to help is gonna be better. I
think one of the best decisions you can make is a good pair of court shoes for pickleball.
Do not come out on the pickleball court in jogging shoes. You will get no support on your feet. Get court shoes, tennis shoes, even some basketball shoes. I bet you can go get a pair of the Air Jordan Air Force Ones, and I bet you those would be just fine. So, well, Shiv, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming out here and playing. I really appreciate that. And we're ready for this third game. Let's see who takes this.
Let's go. Better be me.
and we've also been highlighting that wind-up serve. Did you play softball?
I did.
Told you she was a softball pitcher. We see that wind up. Well,
I did pitch.
There you go. See? There you go. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Good luck in the third game. Hopefully you can take your opponents down.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
Thanks.
Over 700 people.
That's right. John Bull with me live, Stream Live Tampa, bringing you the broadcast. Wow, how about that? So we saw some really spirited play by Shiv and Anthony in that second set. This is a best of three, as we just heard from Shiv Atkins. Shiv Atkins, and you are right, I do owe you a steak dinner, John Bull. You won the bet. She does play softball.
She did. She was,
That's
and
right.
she was even a pitcher. So
That's
when you watch her serve on this live stream, she's definitely got that long stroke of a serve.
Deliberate.
That it looks very much like fast pitch softball, which is what she did when she was younger. So, and she's very consistent with it. She's back there bouncing around in those green Cypher shoes, and she's going to serve 0-0-2.
And there's that serve. Right down the middle. Good return. Always a tough ball when it hits off that net. Oh, yeah, that might have been long, but
good,
to it. Brian
good
did a
speed
job.
up by Brian.
Yeah, Brian did a good job of receiving that one and putting it through.
So Sue's going to serve at 0-0-1. I guess she's scuffing up the ball or doing something.
It works.
It does, but her partner may not be too happy about that. I'll tell a story here about that here in just a
nice
sec.
job.
One thing you got to know about Brian Zagula, he likes to only play with brand new balls. I've played with him several times, and he only wants new balls out there. He doesn't like the fuzzy ones.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm with you.
1-0-1.
1-0-1. Nice job by Sue there.
That'll bring up 2-0-1. Problem with playing with new balls every time you go out and play, that could get expensive after a while.
That's true, too. Just like any sport, it has its cost.
Oh, a pack of 3 is about $10. Ooh, right down the middle. I got it. You take it. That'll bring up 2-0-2.
Communication.
2-0-2 as Brian serves.
As we're live with Stream Live Tampa in Kings Point in Sun City Center.
There's a side out as Brian puts it in the net. Shiv is going to bring us that fast pitch softball wind up. There it is. Wow, golly.
She puts it exactly where she wants it with good speed. Ball's up and out.
That was long. Anthony tried to set up a lob.
Good job by Brian, though, to notice that and to see it and communicate with his teammate, Sue, to say long, long, long.
0-2-2.
Good serve, nice and low. Bang, bang, and boom goes the dynamite.
Traditionally in pickleball, we have there's many off-color sayings, but if it's above your, if the ball is above your chest, 9 times out of 10 you probably want to let it go because it's going to go long. 2-0-1 as Sue serves to Shiv and Anthony. Ooh, and Anthony puts it in the net, trying to speed it up. That'll bring up 3-0-1.
It's a big point right there. Trying to win this tiebreaker.
Well, if Brian and Sue can get out to a sizable lead and force Anthony and Shiv to play catch-up, definitely could put the pressure on in this final rubber match of this final rubber game of this match.
Yeah, we brought you the first game between Sue and Anthony against Brian and Shiv, and now they switched partners in this one.
Ooh, and there's a side out.
Big side out right there.
So Shiv is going to bring that wind-up serve at 0-3-1.
Got to get on the board here some way, somehow.
Yeah, you don't want to spot Brian.
Get that first one.
You don't want to spot Brian and Sue too many points.
Whoop. Look at that. Good forehands. Oh, nice. Oh, couldn't keep it in, but good job of putting that paddle down.
Did you notice that when Sue was at the kitchen line, how low she gets? It's very important to keep a low center of gravity.
And she definitely is a top player on this court. Good job, Anthony, to keep that.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
That went long.
Kept it long. Brings it back.
2-3-1. Stance and weight distribution on the balls of your feet is very important when you are playing this game, especially when you're at the kitchen line. Keeping your hands out protecting that target, or protecting the bullseye as we call it. Keep the paddle and the V between your knees. Very important. That's one of the first technical parameters of pickleball is stance. 2-3-2 as Brian serves to Sue. Deep return.
Anthony.
Sue and Brian get up on that kitchen line, and they're going to try to push him back, but Anthony will not have it.
As you mentioned, there's Sue again at the net. Good job keeping it low, but Brian can't capitalize.
And now we're on the level at 3-3-2.
Yeah, just like that. They were down 3. Now they're tied. Right on that middle line. Wow. Go-go gadget arm by Sue.
That would have been a tough shot to back up on, because that was going to drop into that back corner. So would have been a very difficult shot. She was right to try and get that one as low as she could at his feet. 4-3-2. Into the net, 5-3-2. You got to wonder if fatigue is starting to set in. We do have a bit of a breeze, which makes things nice, but every time we talk about the breeze, it seems to go away.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you talk about things.
Yep.
You know about it, that with a pitcher throwing a no-hitter, and you start talking about it.
Nope.
Yesterday, actually, with the Mets and Blue Jays, there was a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. A pitcher for the Blue Jays was going into the 9th inning with a no-hitter against the Mets, and Francisco Lariano hit a home run in the 9th inning.
I saw that.
Did you see? That's, to be honest, I mean, that's the second time that pitcher for the Blue Jays had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning or deeper and lost it.
So we had a side out. We're at 3-5-1.
Nice dink. Tough play right there. Anytime it hits off the net.
That went wide. When it hits off the net, you can get it messes with the flow of the game, and a lot of times you can get handcuffed. And I think that's exactly what happened to Brian as he sent that wide left.
No.
Good point there for Brian and Sue.
Sue, I lost that one.
Or actually, no, there was no point there.
No.
5-3.
5-3-1. That was a side out.
Good for morale right there. Oh, good jump spike right there. Right at the feet of Brian. He does a good job scooping it out of Nowheresville. Fast play and at the feet. Good job of banging right there.
Laces, not faces.
That's right.
Good speed up by Sue, putting it right down on those green ciphers. Tell you what, by the end of this broadcast, I think Cypher is going to end up being one of our sponsors. We need to make sure we send this stream to them.
Shoe game is important. Oh, kisses it off the net.
We'll speed up, and that was in.
They slow it down and then speed it up. You got to know when to hold them and fold them.
6-3-2.
Thank you so much for joining us. Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game in Sun City Center. So as we mentioned, this is a best 2 out of 3. This is the tiebreaker, and they are switching sides.
Yep.
Take a little break.
Yep, they'll switch sides at 6 in most tournament play games. Give you a chance to get a different perspective.
Right, we heard Shiv earlier, just a bit earlier, saying she lost it in the lights. And now they get to switch sides. So we'll see what happens right here in this tiebreaker. 6-3.
6-3-2.
Oh, you don't.
That ball hit the net and ended up in the kitchen. That is a bad serve. So they lose the serve, and that's a side out. 3-6-1.
Don't like to see that. Good volley. Oh, puts it in the net, does Anthony.
That'll be the point for Brian and Sue.
Yep.
4-6-1.
A little more breeze here.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, good spin right there on that drop shot.
Oh, and it ended up staying in.
That was beautiful.
Great point by Sue.
Huge
Anthony employed the matrix, but
yes.
it wasn't on his side,
Yes.
so that brings up a 5-6-1.
Brian with the serve.
5-6-1, Brian's going to serve it.
Right on the back sideline. Slams it, does Anthony again. Good backhand slam.
Great reset by Sue on the back
Nice.
line. That is
Defense.
one of the hardest things to do is do a reset on the back line.
Beautiful shot by Brian, but return to sender. Anthony sends it back with authority.
Yeah, you're not going to defend and reset a shot like that very often. So now we're at 5-6-2 as Sue will serve to Anthony.
Oop. That's a great shot. Good recovery.
Good reset back there by Brian.
At the feet.
Oh,
Bang, bang.
Great shot by Shiv.
That was beautiful. Thing of beauty by Shiv Atkins.
That'll bring us to a side out. The serve now goes to Anthony and Shiv. 6-5-1.
Each point and rally are important.
Ooh, and that
Sends
went
it long.
That went out of bounds to make it 7-5-1.
Shiv with the serve. The windup and the fire. Right on. Good job by Sue right there to put it right on the back sideline of Shiv. Oh, beautiful thing by Brian.
Brian made Anthony reach for that one on his
in your
backhand.
highlight reel.
Just a little bit farther. But you know something we noticed, even in that attempt for Anthony, when he spoke with us earlier, talked about the flexibility. You need to have flexibility to be able to react and try to even make an attempt at shots like that.
Speaking of shots like that, you're not going to see that often.
Nope, Anthony just let a serve.
I think we should retry that one. You're not going to see that often right there.
Apparently there's a hole in Brian's paddle. We did get that on camera.
It took a King's Point bounce is what I like to say.
Wow. That one will make the highlight reel.
Or the not highlight reel.
Oh, no, we're going to show that to everyone.
Good fun, good fun.
Oh, there's that handcuff.
Swing and a miss.
And Sue needed just a little bit more ups.
I thought she had it there.
Yep.
She can handle the far and the wide, up and the down. She plays the net really well, too.
9-5.
Yeah. Anthony's got it.
Go ahead.
9-5 on the 2. Anthony serving to Brian. That was out. And that will bring up game and match point at 10-5-2. 10-5-2. Brian and Sue are completely defensive right now. Oh,
into the
and
net.
There's the side out.
He wanted to put the icing on the cake there.
There's the side out.
He knows. He got outside of his game there,
Yeah, he would want that one back.
Right on. Wow, good reach by Sue. Look at that. Never say die.
6-10-1. Like I said, I would tell my partner we have them right where we want them.
Good serve. Short game. Who's going to come unglued first? There it is.
It's about good intentions but poor execution. That brings up 6-10-2.
Live and die by the short game. Good shot. I think the wind is playing a factor a little bit.
Wind is definitely picked up.
You saw it on the last one. Just. Yeah, so side out there.
So we got a side out. Anthony and Shiv will serve for the match at 10-6-1.
Yes, could it be? Here it is as the teammates come together with paddles.
Let's see if she's going to get this wind up.
Good balance. And into the net.
Into the net. The net taketh. And Anthony will now serve.
There's some wind.
10-6-2 for the match.
Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game. Here's the serve by Anthony. Oh, good job. Way to stay low. Hit the net and
Hit the net and went out for the match.
Yes, because of that.
You never want to end.
Yeah.
You never want to end a match like that because that's just poor, dumb luck.
100%. 100%. And the players know that. Fans that are here with us know that as well.
Yep.
Well, Stream Live Tampa bringing you this game live. I'm Anthony DeSanto alongside John Bull. Great job with the interviews, John. Excellent job of the broadcast. Thank you so much for being my partner on this.
I'll tell you what, this was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I haven't done this in actually quite a while. It takes me back to my high school days and doing some of this stuff in TV production and whatnot. Right. So actually, this is what I went to school for initially, and to be doing it like 26 years later or 27 years later is even better. So
good broadcast. Stream Live Tampa with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I'm Anthony DeSanto with John Bull. We'll see you next time.